Yo, what is up, true believers? My experimentation with content on YouTube continues. Just want to let you know that this video is not necessarily dedicated to tutorials, fan modes, or talking about the builds or anything. I'm just going to yammer about stuff, you know? Just going to free talk. Maybe this is a channel chat, maybe it's not, whatever. I'll call it a channel chat then. I've been doing some experimentation just to see what type of content YouTube is willing to promote on my behalf, and I think I got a good sense. I think I got a pretty good sense, but still, this is just the fun, you're experimenting, and or I'm experimenting to see, like, what type of results you may get, and just kind of modifying and optimizing and really just enjoying the path, the progress. Because if I was just fixated and tied to results, yeah, there are a couple of times I would have bounced, because I put all this effort in making the build, putting the video, and it just didn't do well. So I'm just like, whatever. But, let's just talk. Yeah. So I've been having a pretty strong presence on IG as of late. I don't necessarily use IG to promote YouTube. I do a little bit here and there, but honestly, it's for me to get my dopamine hit before the day. It's for me to basically get full of all this positive juice from people liking my comments, messaging me, or liking my builds and posts, messaging me, and it puts me in a good mood. It gets me to start the day. And then when noon comes around, noon Pacific, that's when the content launches on YouTube. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes it's different. But I've just been kind of enjoying the ride, really. Yeah, it's been cool meeting some of y'all, not in person, obviously, but just like talking online. I have been wondering, like, whether I should talk to individuals one-on-one over like Disco, or I don't know, some other chat communication, because I'm really good in one-on-one environments. A lot of times people have called me mentor, counselor, and I've been those types of roles all in my life. And yeah, typically I'm really strong when I'm just talking with one-on-one individual. And I think that's actually benefiting my ability to talk to y'all, because even though there's a multitude of individuals watching, when I speak to the phone camera, I'm only talking to one person, or it feels like I'm just talking to one person, and so it makes it easier for me. Yeah, I don't do well in large groups. Yeah, over time, sure, but I'm not one of those like rambunctious, braggadocio, like really loud type of individuals. I'm typically in the cuts, observing, making comment, maybe talking to like one other person, maybe kind of like snickering at an inside joke or something like that. Yeah. At this point, you might be wondering, like, why do you have 3 versions of Ironworks in front of you? Well, one, it's Ironworks, Lunarworks, and Greasepit, and I wanted to just show the different ways the ingredients can come together, And the reason why I did that is, I kind of wanted to talk about dreams. Yeah. Dreams are really interesting in the way they manifest, and so my correlation and my how I'm trying to tie this into the dreams is that I feel that a lot of times, at least for me, my dream components in terms of what they are, they're actually the same. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the stuff happening in my real life, but the way they get manifested and the way they get expressed, it changes. It changes, and so I wanted to just kind of celebrate that difference of expression and manifestation in these grease pits, or in these ironworks. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, it's using basically two of each of the robots. And since we're talking about the builds, sure, I may as well just kind of like go into them right now. This guy's really unique, and one of the things that I wanted to do and focus on him was, oops, get him centered. I wanted to focus on the aspect of putting 2 of these torsos together, and see what I could build from there. And I kind of took some cues from that giant that I made, the one with the translucent arms and the shockwaves as legs. That's partially kind of taken from there. And so I think it's interesting. His legs are a bit stiff, but they look really unique in that they're all like panely, like they're really, really stiff jeans. Oh yeah, and then he's like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. He can bend backward. So I think that's pretty fun. Yeah, this guy's unique. Yeah, he's pretty unique. And so let me put this guy off to the side. Let me show you Lunarworks in here, because I try to think of like lunar excavator, like digging up the samples and stuff like that. So I wanted to give him this crane thingy over here, this shovel stuff. And I like that. And these are borrowed from Skylinks, just because it fits the stark white on this robot. By the way, actually, one of the creative writing prompts, so to speak, the guidelines that I've been giving myself in the past couple of builds is just using 2 bots to make something, because I feel like that's more accessible to folks. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot of 2 bots that you're going to see, and you can find them all on the 2 bot playlist. And so, yeah, he's using those longer arms to basically form the neck of the crane. And it's cool. And his legs are flipped backward, just to make the feet sit flush and see. And it's also hiding those cavities over here. Why did I do that? I don't know. I probably had a reason, but I can't recall. But yeah, he's pretty interesting. And I love, again, the stark white. And not many weaponizers, modulators that can work well with Shattered Glass Starscream. And so he's one of them. So let me to the side. And here is my favorite. Anybody watch My Hero? For some reason, or not My Hero, what is it, One Punch Man. He reminds me of Metal Knight for some reason. I'm not exactly sure, because I don't think Metal Knight was a centaur. Or maybe he had a mode, but this guy's pretty cool. He has his little, like, tiny ponytail. You know what's really cool too? Dude, he can, like, get up on his haunches, and it's like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? How, like, the horses do that, and they're about to, like, kick somebody down. Like, this is Sparta style. Like, dude, I really like that. Really like this build, actually. Really, really like this build. And this is some unique things, basically plugging in the bottom, the chest to the knees. That's really cool. And using the panels to kind of give off, like, playing with the lines, you know, it's going down this way, going down this way, going down this way, so it's cascading down. So you see this kind of like line work, and certain things I do, because, sorry for all that squeakiness, it creates a mental impression in your mind. It evokes feelings. It's kind of like art, you know. And honestly, I never really considered this art until there was a couple of folks who started calling me an artist and started calling these pieces of art. And well, one, first of all, I was super humbled. And then two, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, you know what? These are kind of like my paints. These are kind of like my palette, you know, that I use to paint different things. And while we're at it, you know what? Let me throw in another guy who you may or may not have seen. It's Slamerex, based on Bludgeon 13's beautiful, beautiful build, the Board King. You may or may not have seen this already, because I don't know. The sequence of videos that I put out, it varies. Maybe I should have them properly sequenced, but whatever. So yeah, you know what? Let me put Greasepit back. So, oh my God, it's not recording. Oh no, it's recording. But yeah, I was gonna say about dreams, man. There are these certain dreams that I have, recurring dreams, and one of them is, you guys know Jetfire. The original Jetfire is based off this Macross Valkyrie, and it's a jet that can go into jet mode, robot mode, and a half mode called Gerwalk or Guardian. I'm at a store, a random toy store, and I see the toy, but there's three versions: a robot, a jet, and then that half Gerwalk mode. And I asked the store proprietor, I'm like, hey, do you have the one that turns into all of these things? And he's like, nah, I just have the ones that are fixed, you know? He's like, I don't have the one that goes into all three modes. And I usually have that dream when I'm having difficulty reconciling my identity, my role, or my place in certain given situations, where I'm trying to basically be everything. And I'm telling myself, like, dude, it's not possible. You can't do all of this, you know. You got to be true to one thing, you know. It's kind of like a house divided can't stand. I think that was Lincoln, or maybe it's from the Bible. And it's kind of like that. It's like having my personality, my psyche, my agenda, initiative, my goals, having those things split into three different realms. It doesn't quite work out. I mean, not for me at least. And oftentimes when I'm struggling with that, yeah, that's when I have those dreams. Yeah. Another dream that I have is I will be walking around like a toy store. A lot of times it's Ross. You know that one clothing store, the discount clothing store and stuff? Like a lot of times, I mean, like, yo, Ross is my jam. You know, don't get it twisted. Ross is my jam, and that's why I probably dream of it. And I'm in a Ross, and I'm killing time or waiting for my girl or doing something. And I end up at some part of the store where I see all these crazy toys, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, whoa. I was like, dude, why does Ross have these things? And I'm in a panic, and like I'm trying to basically buy all of them. So I grab like a basket and I start filling my bag, and I'm excited. I'm bouncing off the wall. And usually when that excitement becomes too much, I'm like, wait a minute, man. And I wake up and I realize it's a dream. Oftentimes I have that dream when there is an unrealistic goal that I've set for myself, or I feel like has been set before me, and I'm basically trying to attain it. I'm trying to achieve it, And in the end, I realized like that it's not possible actually. Like it's just an illusion. You know, what I'm going for is an illusion basically. Um, Maybe it's not exactly that, but oftentimes when I am in those situations, whether it be related to work or life, and I'm chasing some type of like solution, I'm chasing that treasure, so to speak, and I find out that that it's not attainable. Oftentimes I have that. Um, and recently I've been having some dreams that are like a little bit of column A, column B, but I always see the same store. I'm like in Asia, and it is a two-story building, and it's like a mall, and there's this toy store going up this flight of steps. It's always on the corner, and whenever I go there, it's never open. It's never open. I dream of that place a lot, and I can see inside. It has awesome stuff, vintage, new, just like anything. And I desire so badly to go in there and shop, and it's just never open. It's just never open. But it's the same place, yeah. And you know what's weird? In talking to y'all about that, I wonder if that's something that's out of reach in my life. Like I can see it, but I can't touch it. You know, it's just out of reach. Huh, interesting. I think sometimes talking about dreams and sharing them, whether with yourself or with other individuals, may help you kind of recognize what those things are. But yeah, they're different levels of expression. They're the language, so to speak, that your subconscious uses to communicate to you. And sometimes you don't understand that language because it might be foreign. But over time, with practice and through observation, yeah, you can start deciphering the language of dreams and kind of figure out what your brain's trying to communicate to you. Yeah, I think it's really fun. I think it's really fun. But thank you, gang, for watching. I hope you guys are doing really, really well, guys and gals. You know, when I say guys, I mean everyone. And, you know, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're finding peace in your life. And even if it's just a small reprieve that you get by watching these videos, I hope this 10, 11, 12 minutes has been worth it. And I hope you're feeling better if you weren't. And yeah, I hope throughout life you gain great experiences, great perspectives to help you grow and to help other people grow. And yeah, hope that people can be kind to you, that you can be kind to them, that over time that we can all generate wisdom and compassion. And so that we can try to make this world a better place for everybody. Yeah, including ourselves. Yeah. Okay, that's my little Mr. Rogers spiel at the end of the day. Take care, y'all. Yeah. When I say my deepest peace, love, happiness, and like thoughts and prayers, all those things that I could generate to y'all, I really do mean that. And every day I bow 10 times, you know, and 3 times for my friend, 3 times for my family, and 3 times is for y'all and everyone else out there. And the final one is for the universe and all things encapsulated. And I do it every morning. I'm not a religious man. I am spiritual though. And so I don't know if this makes an effect, but it doesn't cost me anything except a little bit of time, you know? So anyway, yeah, all of that and a bag of chips for everybody. Peace and love under the skies above, right? Take care. Bye-bye.